This FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Oh, Kweku, 5 minutes, but I will try.
I'll do to try.
I'm not sure about that. But
you know, next week and second. I hear the man baby.
As a country. In fact, the truth is that only. I came at 1 hour and the crumb.
As a second, no. As a can at least 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Me man 1 hour on baby.
Points in it.
Oh, Baba. No, I mean, Jean Cragaga. It can't pay me. Kweku, promise on your honor, there 1 more 10 minutes.
We raise some of the issues, and in terms of like individuals, point one, did they na see one. Perhaps there's no need to emphasize on those things, political orientation. But every day you be, Kwame.
Yeah, go.
Or extract from Hansard.
Parliamentary Hansard.
18 June 1993.
18th June 1993.
Yes. No, we'll deal with the Electoral Commission bill. Now, Martin Amidune or present bill in the absence of Obeda Samuel, who was a substantive Attorney General. Because Namde Obeda took one or something like that. But let me read the mighty answer my submission Kwame. Also, Mr. Speaker, this bill does not appear to state that the members of the commission shall not hold office in any political party. This is provided in Chapter 19 in the case of the National Commission for Civic Education. In the case of the Electoral Commission, it is just stated that they shall hold office on the same conditions as justices of the superior courts. And even though under the provisions dealing with the judiciary, it is not provided that justices of the superior courts shall not hold office in any political party, members of the judiciary are by convention not allowed to hold any such office. They are also by convention not allowed to hold other public offices that could compromise their positions as judges. And since the conditions of service of the members of the Electoral Commission are made identical with those of members of the judiciary, we assume that all the conventions and norms that govern members of the judiciary will equally be applicable to members of the Electoral Commission. We think that it was deliberate that the framers of the Constitution equated them with the Superior Court justices and intended that all the conditions that apply to the judges should apply to them also. There was a suggestion that the members of the commission should be debarred from holding private offices and that they should not belong to any political party. On the issue of not belonging to any political party, it will appear that any provision of that nature will conflict with the Constitution because it gives to every human being freedom of thought, expression, and association. They may not overtly indicate their preferences, but they are entitled to have some leanings, but they are not supposed to hold membership cards or belong to a political party. I do not think that it is appropriate for us to spell it out in the bill and that they should not belong to any political party, because by so doing it might appear as if we are taking away a fundamental human right from them. The convention of the office, just like in the case of judges, is that members of the commission are non-partisan. Now, equal the reference away to Chapter 19, which is on the NCC. Article 232(4), membership of the commission. Also, members of the commission shall be persons who do not hold office in any political party. Check the EC is it Article 42? 42 or 43?
43 no membership.
There is no such provision. And you can see in the Hansard there, it even came up. But it was decided there, the EC, unlike NCC, you know, one who imposed that restriction. Now, in Mochra, judges, Judge be our friend George Boudi.
Yeah, he used to be a member of parliament.
In Judge be our friend Lawe Amos Lawe
Boete was a member of parliament.
And George Boudi too was a member
of parliament. Yeah.
They were all members of the NDC. In him, Justice Appiahene.
Yes, former Supreme Court.
Yes.
Former Supreme Court judge.
Yes. No, a deputy regional secretary.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, maybe if it were retired.
But he was a cadre, right? He was a cadre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaina.
Yes.
NYB at the Kaina. No, UP tradition.
But he became Attorney General.
Kaya. He was a politician as well. Now, my understanding of what I've read and the NCC in there, it to me a political activist. No. A lawyer. So why you a member of the court, the High Court, the bench. Thank you. That's a simpler way of putting it. The fact that a member of a party or a political activist or a politically exposed and a politically affiliated on your basis to disqualify you from being appointed to that office as a judge. But you are expected, they say, be a judge, pay. You cut off your links. You take off your membership, and then use the law as the basis of what decision making. To the extent that even in Parliament, the issue was brought up that for something similar like the NCC, function relative to the EC. They said no, and see the reasons they gave. The truth of the matter is that, let me mention the name. What's the name? They said Dr. Appiahene.
Appiahene.
I'm convinced there were party links in terms of NPP. I'm convinced. Me who the membership card, but he's clearly politically affiliated to the NPP. I don't think NPP folks should even deny those things. But that does not disqualify his appointment. And he is expected that once he takes the office and swears that oath, he lives by the oath. At Afarijan, and he's such a huge figure, vindicated by history, as far as I'm concerned. One Bobo needs in the American left, right, center. One, because you read Kwame Naho in the book now. Also, why he actually recommended Afarijan on the Kujoti for membership of the committee of experts. Subsequently, he found out that Afarijan was pro-Nkrumahist and not hostile to the revolution.
The PhD thesis was even on Nkrumah.
Okay. Let me read. Also, as the conversation
this Kwame Naho's book.
Yes. I began to see Dr. Afarijan in a new light. He was not only a progressive intellectual, he was also pro-Nkrumahist and not hostile to the revolution. There was a political undercurrent in terms of thinking of Afarijan and what to make out of him. So he went on to the committee of experts, from there to INEC, and then subsequently.
He was a member of the Consultative Assembly too.
It has escaped me. I have the membership.
He was the only member.
Okay, it will make sense to me, even though it has escaped me. Yeah. And then subsequently, EC boss. Yeah. This political setting, Omar Afarijan had a lot of problems with the opposition. Here, IPAC minutes from 1994 to 1997. I have all of them here. You can't believe what happened there. In spite of the opposition, Afarijan, hey, Odru 1995, NDC also boycotted IPAC.
That's right.
They left for months because Afarijan was making a lot of concessions to the opposition, and it's also because the donor community were also taking part in some of those meetings. There are change opaque ballot boxes.
Yes,
it's a how. what's a presidential and parliamentary elections? Now you hold in separate days. Oppositions now one fan boom.
You mean opposition?
Hey, the ministers are here. NDC protested. NCP protested. The rest they said no. Let's put the 2 days together instead of holding them separately. On that basis, NDC worked out. But this is Afarijan. As Kabila said, we conduct various elections post INEC. The most historic being 2000 elections. For the first time, a change. Or retire in a very honorable way. As far as I'm concerned, it's a huge legacy. But here he is, beginning, political tagging. Kanga also was a member of the NCD, National Commission.
I don't know if you can confirm, but also Kanga was a kid of the PNDC. He was a kid of the PNDC. He was also headmaster of Navrongo Secondary School.
All that.
That's David Kanga.
Those early days, because there's electoral architecture and transparent enough, some of those agitations appear to sound legitimate. But gradually, system now put in place, and Kwame was stressing that it's on a hot noise focus call. See, Kwame, in 1993, a first electoral commission, a founding member of the 31st December Women's Movement was a member, Teresa Cole.
Is it Teresa Cole?
That's the name. I have her CD here. Those days, well, opaque bosses, it's not her. But together as Ghanaians, you move, you build from 1990, from print cards, call photo ID, opaque bosses, or transparent, changes P, is capitalized here, and then eventually biometrics, 2012. That is where the key is. On the individuals. Of course, if the individual goes there, we swear oath. Let's say or violate oath now, we swear now. Impeachable impeachment proceedings down. Yes. To be honest with you, yes, those who are agitated and concerned, mean to me stop somebody from agitating.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet